Imagine you are sitting quietly in a room. You are not saying anything. You are not calling anyone. You are not asking for help. But your dog walks over, lowers its head, and rests beside you. At first, it looks simple. Maybe the dog just wants attention. Maybe it wants food. Maybe it is just bored. But what if something deeper is happening? What if that animal is not just seeing you, but reading you, your face, your voice, your breathing, your posture, your tiny movements? And maybe even the invisible signals your body gives off when your emotions change. So the real question is not just, can animals feel emotions? The deeper question is, can animals understand human emotions? To understand this, we need to look at animal intelligence in a different way. When humans think about intelligence, we often imagine language, math, tools, plans, or problem solving. But intelligence is not only about solving a puzzle box. Sometimes intelligence means knowing when another living being is afraid. Sometimes it means noticing when a friend is stressed. Sometimes it means understanding when danger is near because the mood of the group has changed. For many animals, emotion is information. Fear can mean danger, calmness can mean safety, anger can mean conflict. Sadness can mean weakness, injury, or the need for closeness. In the wild, missing these signals can be costly. So some animals have become very good at reading bodies, voices, faces, and behavior. And one of the best examples lies right beside us, dogs. A dog does not need you to explain your day. It does not need a full sentence. It watches patterns. It listens to tone. It notices how fast you move. It learns what your footsteps sound like when you are relaxed, and what they sound like when something is wrong. At first, this may look like simple training. You smile, the dog gets excited. You shout, the dog hides. But dogs may be doing more than reacting to noise. Some researchers believe dogs can connect human facial expressions with emotional voice tones. A happy voice and a happy face may match in a dog's mind. An angry voice and an angry face may also match. That does not mean a dog understands sadness exactly the way a human does. It probably does not think, my human is feeling emotionally overwhelmed because of a complicated life problem. But it may understand something more basic and powerful. This person is different right now. Their energy has changed. Their face has changed. Their voice has changed. I should respond. And that response can look surprisingly gentle. A dog may come closer. It may become quieter. It may lick your hand. It may lean against you. It may simply stay nearby. To us, this can feel like comfort. To the dog, it may be a mixture of attachment, learning, emotional sensitivity, and social intelligence. But here is the strange part. Dogs are not the only animals that seem to notice human emotions. Horses can be incredibly sensitive to body language. Stand near a horse while tense, loud, and rushed, and the horse may become alert or uneasy. Stand calmly, breathe slowly, and move gently, and the horse may relax. This does not mean a horse is reading your private thoughts, but it may be reading your emotional signals through posture, muscle tension, movement, and tone. For a prey animal, this skill matters. A horse's survival depends on noticing tiny changes in the environment, a sudden movement, a stiff body, a nervous herd member, a shift in energy. In the wild, these signals could mean a predator is nearby. So when a horse reacts to a human's nervousness, it may not be magic. It may be intelligence shaped by survival. And this is where it gets even more surprising. Some highly social animals appear to respond not only to fear or anger, but also to distress. Elephants, for example, live in complex social groups. They remember individuals. They form bonds. They communicate through touch, sound, and body movement. When another elephant is upset, others may gather close, touch it, or stay near it. Some observers believe this may suggest a form of emotional awareness. Now, can an elephant understand human sadness the way another human can? We should be careful. We cannot climb inside an elephant's mind, but we can observe behavior. If an animal changes its actions when a human is calm, angry, afraid, or sad, that tells us something important. It tells us the animal is not treating all human behavior as the same. It is sorting signals. It is adjusting. It is responding to emotional information. That is a form of intelligence, not human intelligence, animal intelligence, and there is another layer. Some animals may even use smell. When humans are afraid or stressed, our bodies can release different chemical signals. Other animals, especially those with powerful noses, may detect changes we do not notice ourselves. A dog may smell stress. A horse may sense tension. An animal may combine smell with sound, face, and movement. One signal alone may not be enough. But many small signals together can create a picture. This is how animals often understand the world. Not through one clear sentence, but through patterns, the way you walk, the way you breathe, the way your voice rises, the way your hand moves, the way your routine changes. To us, these details are tiny. To an animal, they may be loud. But that is only the beginning. Animals also learn from memory. A dog may remember that when you sit in a certain chair and speak softly, you often feel tired. A cat may learn that when your voice becomes sharp, it is better to keep distance. A horse may remember which humans move calmly and which humans act unpredictably. A parrot may learn that certain sounds in a household mean excitement, stress, or attention. This means animals may not simply read emotion in the moment. They may connect emotion to experience. They build a map of us. Not a human map made of words, but an animal map made of patterns. This is why the human comparison can be misleading. Animals do not need to write books about sadness. They do not need to explain empathy. They do not need to say, "I understand your emotional state." Humans often think understanding must look like language. But nature does not always work that way. A wolf understands the mood of its pack. A horse understands the tension of a herd. A bird understands alarm calls. A dolphin understands social signals in its group. A dog understands the rhythm of its human home. The real question is not whether animals are smart. The real question is how many forms of intelligence we have failed to notice. Because emotional intelligence may not have evolved to be beautiful. It may have evolved because it was useful. If you can sense fear, you can avoid danger. If you can sense anger, you can avoid conflict. If you can sense calm, you can approach safely. If you can sense distress, you can protect a bond. For social animals, emotions are not just feelings, they are survival signals. They help groups stay together. They help young animals learn. They help families protect one another. They help animals decide when to run, when to fight, when to hide, and when to comfort. So when an animal reacts to your emotions, it may not be pretending, it may not be acting human. It may be using an ancient kind of intelligence, one built from attention, memory, senses, social life, and survival. Which brings us back to that quiet room. You are sitting there, saying nothing. Your dog walks over and rests beside you. Maybe it does not understand every thought in your mind. Maybe it does not know the story behind your sadness. But it may know this: something has changed. You are not the same as before. And staying close might matter. The next time you see an animal watching you carefully, do not assume it is empty staring. It may be reading your face, listening to your voice, smelling your stress, remembering your habits, and trying to understand your place in its world. It may not think like you, but it may be thinking in a way that is perfect for its world. Subscribe to Tony S. Animal IQ to discover how animals think, feel, learn, and survive in ways that may surprise you.